Hey, 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 hey. Okay, so we're back. And we're back with more Gemini madness. And let me tell you, it's definitely on the Gemini Mail. I get so many emails about women, especially like more of the sensitive women, water sign, whatever, that's dealing with a Gemini man. And they love him and they support him. Dope, cool. But they just feel like it's always something missing. Like they can't completely have him. You get what I'm saying? Well, let me tell you, what you have to know is that when you're dealing with a Gemini man, no, you never 100% completely have him in a sense to where you feel like you got him down packed, his routine down packed, or things of that nature. You got to understand what you're dealing with here. See, the best way to get to be involved with a Gemini man is to not make it about being involved with him. It's like I told you. Now we gotta get a couple things first. Let's get a couple things straight first, okay? That I want y'all to know. Unless you have already prior made and established the understanding that you two are together, that you're together with him, and however that relationship is going. Unless you've done that, do not assume that you're in a relationship with him. I'm talking about a committed relationship with him, because you're probably in a relationship with him, but maybe it's not the relationship that you think that you're in with him. Does that make any sense? Okay, that's how you know that you're dealing with a Gemini. Okay, but this is the thing. What I'm trying to say is that, and I tell women this that I talk to and that I work with all the time. I'm like, wait a minute. What is your relationship status? Okay? Because we have to go there first. What is your relationship status with this man? If y'all verbally agreed that y'all are both together and y'all are both working on this, okay, that's one thing, because you got to know how to approach the situation. You got to get clear on that. You have to get clear. If they never said to you, we are together in a committed relationship, then you're not. I don't care how he acts. I don't care how much he pays you attention, how much he romances you, how much he sweet talks you. And listen, because I had to watch this myself. Because, with me, it depends on what Gemini you're dealing with here. Gemini male you're dealing with here. I know with me. And yes, when you're dealing with a Gemini male, the females can act similar. I get into that in a whole nother video. But with me, I have to be a little bit more comfortable with the person that I'm with, or the person there's a potential. I'm aware of this before I get, loose enough or comfortable enough to just really give myself on a whole nother level, or trust the situation to just feel like I'm okay with just being myself, because I'm aware of the facts of how a Gemini can speak. This is just how we are. And a lot of us, we can be very sweet with the words when we want to, and we can be very emotionally sharing. I know a lot of people say we're not, but in our mind, we're sharing our feelings and our emotions. Maybe it doesn't come off right, maybe it doesn't come out nice, should I say, because that's the word that people like to use. But we're still saying how we feel, and we're still saying the things like that. Now, we display it differently. But what I'm saying is that a Gemini man could possibly talk to you in a way to where he's like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful. I always love you. I always be there for you. I'm down for you, and whatever. Because that's what he really means. If you mean something to him, that is what he really means. But that has nothing to do with y'all being in a committed relationship. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, because the only thing he's going to say is, I never said, who said we were together? See? And that's where this problems come in. But, so you guys get and establish what y'all are first. Now, when you do this, just, you talk, you get an agreement. Either we are or we aren't. I think that this is where a lot of relationships go wrong with Gemini men, because see, people then, or females then start feeling like, okay, well, I don't know really what to do. I don't really know what we are. And they keep trying to press the issue, when really you should just let it go. Let it go and go on about your business, go on about your life. Don't invest, or don't say, you know what, I'm going to be here waiting for you when you get back. No. Because for a lot of men, that's a turn off. Now, unless you're a female that can pull that off. Now, if you are a woman or a female who knows how to easily detach, then you can do this. You can play this role. You can do this. Okay, you can play this game. The game like you want. But if not, then you have to actively work on understanding, separating your interactions with this person. Now, it seems like a lot, but I'm telling you, women, you need to get on board, because this is the energy that we're in now. We're in Aquarius energy. Keep that in mind when you're trying to handle your relationships, because see, a lot of the men are loving it, or at least they want to, because they got free access to women that's just really trying to throw themselves at them. They got multiple choices here, but the women are not aligning themselves up with multiple choices, and because they think multiple choices mean I'm just gonna have to sleep around with different men. No. I'm about to tell you what it looks like. You gotta be able to detach when dealing with one. If one throws you this, if they say to you, but we're not together, we're friends. Okay, that means don't listen. That means don't hound him about being in a relationship. If he's like, no, I do care about you. I love you and all that. But you know what? I'm just not ready for a relationship. Don't hound him about being in a relationship. Don't do none of that. Don't do none of that. Look, okay, well, this is what I'm ready for. I'm looking for a relationship, and that's in question, because half the time, like, a lot of women that say that they're ready for a relationship, they're not ready for the relationship. They're not really ready for the relationship, but they're putting it on the man like it's his fault. Okay, you're not, because you're overly needy and you don't know who you are, and you need validation from the men, and there we go. You got to heal that. You got to be able to work through that. But my point is, let's go here. Right then, this is what you say. Okay, so this is what I want. This is why I am in my life. This is what I want in my life. You know what that is, and okay, no hard feelings. Don't try to threaten him. Don't try to add on nothing. Don't try to give him no guilt trip. None of that. Okay. And this is the hardest thing to do when you're dealing with a Gemini man, but just go on about your business. Now, this is where a lot of people get confused, because they say, but I want to be able to be his friend, because like for a lot of Gemini people, men, whatever, they run their relationship like a friend, their romantic relationship like a friendship. Like, if they feel like they don't have nothing in common with you, or you don't got to be the same as them, but I'm saying, if they feel like you can't allow them the ability to be who they are, with their ideas, with their thoughts, with their personality, they don't feel like they can really trust you. They don't feel comfortable with you. You get what I'm saying? And they're out there looking, or even if they're not actively looking for another person to be with, they're open because they feel like, okay, this ain't it. This ain't it. Okay? So, and another thing with Geminis and decision making, sometimes it's hard to make a decision. Okay, so this is what you want to do, because they're going to want you to be able to be their friend. All right? And they're going to want to be able to relate to you, but they're going to want to have a space too. Having their space does not automatically equate to being with another woman. I say this time and time again. All men on every sign. And don't play that with me, because women, I believe some of y'all ain't looking for a man that ain't necessarily cheating. That's necessarily not cheating. You just don't want to know the truth if he is. Let's just be honest. Let's be for real. Come on, we in a butterfly zone. We can do that. And I'm going to tell you, nobody's watching you. You're watching this in the comfortability of your own area, so we can just keep it real for a second. The reason why I say this is because of the fact that we know that on a majority of the time, depending on the age, depending on the maturity, whatever level, depending on the personality of the men, there's a possibility they might be cheating, or I for sure they have thoughts about it. Like, let's not trip here. But females, we don't want to hear that. Okay. So, but this is the thing. They disguise theirs more. You know, as long as they're bringing flowers and they're telling you you're beautiful and they're giving you a bunch of stuff that, you know, fugaziness, you're all in. And then the flowers to tie you over, and then they went and sent flowers to the next chick. You know, you're not gonna, you know, what a Gemini do, like, you not, that part of the relationship or the relating with you is not really real in the first place. They feel like that's not real. Like, okay, really? You know, like, I don't even know how to even deal with that type of scenario or that type of situation. So this is why they're going to run their relationships like your friendship like this. You're my homie. You are my home girl. Like, we ride or die. Okay. Look at Kendrick Lamar's video with Rihanna. Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. They want to feel like y'all, like we're really loyal to each other. We good friends. We whatever. Because they feel like that goes beyond the romantic stage of a relationship. They don't really believe in that. It's not that they can't be romantic, but it's like, nah, like, I don't tell me nothing about, you know, how sweet I am all the time and that you're the best thing I ever seen, I ever had, because they feel like it's not true. Okay? Just point blank, period. There's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing that I can do about it. This is just what it is. They don't really connect with love that way. Okay, it's completely different. So, but where a lot of people get confused, a lot of women get confused, is because women are like, okay, but listen, this is the thing. How do I be his friend and show him that I'm his friend, but we not in a committed relationship? Like, it seems like that's not what he wants. Okay, because this is how you're gonna do it. One, you're not gonna be a doormat. You're not going to make him, especially if he ain't talked to you about committing, okay? You're not going to make him your life. You go wrong. Because you make him your life, but he has other things, multiple things that he's doing, and he cannot handle it. And I'm going to tell you, he cannot. As a man, I'm a Gemini female. I can't handle it as a female. I'm just like, listen, y'all, like, hold up, move back, you know? And so I know that the men can't handle it. The men cannot handle it. It's too much. You have to have your own life. You have to have multiple interests. You know, have your hobbies. You know, you need to get into something, you know, read a book, find out some information that maybe you could communicate to him about, because yeah, he's gonna want that, but it's not about constant talking, rambling about, you know, well, you know, I just was feeling some type of way. You can say this, but not all the time. It's just stuff. Just stuff. It's not has anything. All the stuff is dealing with validating your feelings or emotions or whatever. And then, no, trying to manipulate him. Like, for instance, subliminals. Subliminals don't do good with Gemini men. Like, if you're sitting here and you're telling him a story about somebody else, a friend, a close friend, or something, your brother or your sister who's going through this experience, that really you're telling him this because you want him to know this is how he's making you feel. First of all, he can tell that's what you're doing, but since you're doing it in a subliminal way, he's going to play dumb and play stupid right along, which he's just like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm not even going to feed into that. He might even give you advice for the brother or the sister or the friend. So you don't want to do that. You want to just be a straight shot, straight shoot. Listen. Wait, what did you say? Because listen, this is where I am. I want a committed relationship in my life. One day I do want marriage. I do want the kids. I want the whole 9 yards. Or is it 10 yards? Whatever. I want the 50 acres and the mule. However you want to say it. Like, I want it all. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready for that. I get it. And that's fine. And I'm not cool with that. But at the same time, I respect Okay, because Gemini men do not like to feel disrespected. I don't care how much. Yes, I can verify that. You can look at Kanye West and people want to trip on Kanye, but y'all know good and doggone well what he meant when he was talking about people still being slaves. You know what he meant. You know what I'm saying? And then you make it all about your feelings every single time. That's Gemini men cannot handle that. Okay, because it's like, listen. First of all, you're not even on topic here. You don't get what I'm saying. Fine, whatever. Okay, but still, my point is this, because I don't want to offend anybody with the whole Kanye thing, because people have the right to believe what they want to believe about what he said. You know, that's not my point. But I'm giving you the narrative as a Gemini man. This is what you're dealing with here. So Kim K knows how to understand. Like, okay, listen, I might not get 100% where my man's coming from. He's ruled by Mercury, but you know what though? I respect who he is and what he does. Okay. And that's why Kanye kept giving a lot of that feedback in the way that he did, or that he kept coming back until he just got tired, because it's just like, okay, whatever, you know, like y'all disrespecting me. So it's like this. Even if you don't agree with what he's saying all the time, or you can't see it, don't disrespect him by dismissing what he is saying and how he does feel, just because it doesn't come off a certain type of way. Okay, that makes you comfortable. So you're going to have to respect. I respect the fact that you're not ready. Okay? And no love lost. No love lost. Because the minute you say, I don't love you no more, or we can't deal with each other, and then he's going to be, you know, if he really loves you, he's going to really try to be like, what? Like, why? You know, I love you. Like, I want to be with you. You know, he's going to try. But I'm saying, it makes you distant. It makes him distance himself from you, you know, because of that. Now, so don't try pulling that if you don't know, like if you don't know his feelings for you for sure. If you don't know if he's ride or die for you, don't pull that tactic of, oh well, I'm just not gonna love you and blah blah blah. Now, what you do meantime in between time, because I don't want to keep this too long. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do some more. Meantime in between time. Meantime in between time. Meantime in between time. Okay, let me not do that. What you want to do? Because you're like, okay, I really, honestly, I don't want him out of my life. I do still want to be friends. What you do is you get your own things. You get your own life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do. Don't be calling him. Don't check on him like that. Unless y'all really have a friendship. Like, seriously, you really not, you know, in your heart of hearts that you're not really trying to get with him like that. He's not trying to get with you. Maybe y'all love each other. Maybe y'all care about each other. You know what I'm saying? But you not pressing the issue. Yeah, check on him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, don't think a relationship is going to come out of it. I'm just saying, if you are going to check on him from time to time, check on him from time to time. Hey, oh, I'm just seeing if he was alive. And then if he, you know, like, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? And then he, you know, if he then invites you to something sexual and you know you cannot handle it, say no. Say no, thank you. You know, I was just checking on you. You know, you my boy. You know, we good. And then keep it moving. Holla. You don't have to listen to him contact you. And I wouldn't do this with any man. Like, talking about another woman. Like, women, y'all set yourselves up for failure like this. Like, I never really have a dude talking to me about any other women that they in a relationship with or they need help with, unless they my boy, like unless they my homeboy for real. Like, unless they my, like I can say, like, I don't want nothing else with them for real, or either we got a tight relationship like that, and that's far and few. Okay, because what happens is what he's doing, you know, with a man, and they're focused on a woman, and you know, who they're interested in, stuff like that. Like, once you start talking to them and you're being that friend for them, what happens is you go through a lot of pain. You put yourself through a whole lot of unnecessary pain and rejection, because he feels like he has to deal with that situation that he's in with that female just for whatever reason. Maybe he got kids, responsibility. He don't want to hurt her. You never know. You get what I'm saying? But the longer that you, and some women are trying to wait it out like this, but the longer that you, give into that and buy into that, it just gives him more time to linger in that relationship or that situation. So you got to be able to tell him how you feel, but then let him go. You got to be able to have another life. And you can't, and this is the thing, I'm not saying to wait on anybody, because at this point you're not waiting for them, really. You're not. You're living your life. You get what I'm saying? And you do you. And you find out who you are. And like, it's not even about going to go jump into another relationship. And this is where people go wrong. But my whole point is this, like, don't do it. Like, don't sit there and feel like, okay, I'm his friend, so I'm talking to him about like his baby mom that he living with, or his wife, or some other girlfriend that he ain't broke up with yet he's still dealing with. No, don't have those conversations with him. If you seeing how he's doing, and this is far in between, especially, no, if he's with somebody or whatever, no, but I'm saying even if he's single, it's still, don't be doing it all the time. Don't be doing it every other week. A couple months might go by, 6 months might go by, and then, hey, if that's what you want to do. But my thing is, it has to be an equal exchange. If he ain't never checking up on you, or he ain't never saying about you, just let him be. You get what I'm saying? If you're not seeing any equal exchange, then, you know, don't press the issue so much. And if he's saying to you, listen, I do love you, and listen, like, we could be something one day, I don't know about now, do your own thing. Do your thing. Don't hound him. And let's say y'all are dating, still don't hound him. Don't hound him about marriage. Say what you want and then live your life. I bet you he's going to follow you. Heck, sometimes, and like I told this to some Leo women in one of the videos I did for Leo and Gemini, and I'm like, sometimes, you know, when you there, be unpredictable. Don't be predictable in everything you do every single time. For no man. They're going to want you to, especially the more controlling signs. And men, they're going to want you to, because it makes them feel legit. Like, okay, well, shoot, if I can, where's she going to be again? I know every Tuesday she is at home at such and such time. Okay, now I can get out and do my thing. Women, like, do y'all want to know the truth? And even if it's not that, it's so that they can feel more comfortable in knowing, like, okay, well, she ain't doing nothing bad on my behalf. But sometimes be unpredictable. Get up. Y'all two can be laying in the bed. Get up, put your clothes on, get fully dressed, go take a shower, get fully dressed. I want you to spray on your best perfume, especially if you ain't married to the dude. You get what I'm saying? And I want you to get up, and I just want you to go somewhere. Go to the store, go wherever. And when he asks you where you're going, oh, I'm just going out. Like, you know, I'm be going with my sister. You know, I'm going to the store. You know, and have your time. Come back. And don't even talk about it. He goes, well, he's going to want to know, well, what did you do? He's going to want to be interested in what you have going on, because you're not naturally thrown in his face. You're not looking for the attention. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so, you know, that's just a couple things, but I'm saying, like, because a lot of women get confused about, okay, so how do I be his friend? Like, what do I need to do to be his friend? And how do I go across this process? It's like, really, you got to be able to give him his space. You got to be able to not be telling him what to do. You are dealing with rebellious. When you're dealing with air sign energy, you are dealing with rebels. Some of them are rebels as children. I want you to understand. So they feel, you might not even be trying to control them, but they think in their mind, this person is not about to control me. Oh no. Oh no. Okay? So that's what you got to understand all the times when you're dealing with them, and you got to be able to be okay emotionally. You can't really look for emotional validation. You got to be like that. You got to be like, okay, you know what? I'm cool. I don't need constant attention from him like that. I don't need, like, him. And another thing, a Gemini will not deal with you, and especially in a relationship, if they don't want to. You got to understand that. And my thing is, what, like I said, so that to him alone is like, okay, but you know what though? But I'm here though. What are you talking about? I talk to you. I do things for you. I get what you need. Like, I'm ride or die. And you telling me that I don't love you? Why? I need space. I need to think. I got other stuff going on. Okay. So I'm going to stop right there, but I will be back. And you know, you're always welcome to ask your questions. And that'll be it. This is Gemini Men. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but we know this is more Gemini Madness. I'm Butterfly to Light. Peace.